The sun has barely cleared the horizon of the East African savanna, yet the heat is already beginning to warp the air above the dry grass. Deep inside the dense canopy of an acacia tree, 20 feet off the ground, two small chicks stir in a massive nest made of sticks and dried mud. They are weak, vulnerable, and completely dependent on a parent that is about to embark on one of the most perilous hunting expeditions in the animal kingdom. Standing over them is their mother, a bird unlike almost any other on Earth. She stands 4 feet tall on absurdly long, scaled legs, her crest of long black feathers rustling in the morning breeze. She is a secretary bird, an evolutionary marvel. A bird of prey that has completely abandoned the skies to hunt exclusively on foot. Her chicks require an immense amount of high-protein food to survive their rapid growth phase. And today, the savanna is unsparing. With a quick glance down at her offspring, she leaps from the edge of the nest, spreading her massive 6-foot wingspan to cushion her descent, and lands lightly on the sun-baked earth. Her journey reflects the extraordinary evolutionary path of her species. While hawks and eagles rely on powerful talons and aerial stoops, the secretary bird evolved to walk up to 20 miles a day in search of prey. Every step she takes is calculated. She uses her long legs to elevate her field of view above the grass, scanning the ground for the subtle twitch of a tail or the rustle of a stem. If you are fascinated by the incredible, highly specialized strategies animals use to survive,
consider subscribing for more deep dives, grounded in real wildlife science. Nature has countless hidden stories, still waiting to be uncovered.
A movement in the brush signals the presence of a subadult puff adder, one of the deadliest venomous snakes in Africa. But for a secretary bird, it is a routine meal. What happens next is a masterclass in biological biomechanics. Its fangs dripping with cytotoxic venom, preparing to strike. But the bird does not use her beak to attack.
Instead, she flares her massive wings, using them as a shield to distract the snake and obscure its field of vision.
The feathers are hollow and offer no vital blood vessels or tissue for the snake to penetrate. If the adder strikes the wings, it wastes its venom on air and feathers. Then comes the strike, not from the snake, but from the bird. With precision that rivals a professional fighter, the secretary bird lashes out with a lightning-fast kick. Scientists who have studied the biomechanics of this kick discovered something astonishing. A secretary bird can deliver a strike with a force equal to 5 times its own body weight in just 15 milliseconds.
To put that in perspective, a human blink takes roughly 100 to 400 milliseconds. The snake has virtually no time to react.
The heavy, blunt force of her impact strikes the viper directly on the head, shattering its skull instantly. She kicks it twice more with surgical accuracy.
Ensuring the threat is neutralized before picking up the heavy reptile in her hooked beak. Swallowing small prey whole or carrying larger kills back to the nest in pieces is a demanding process. But her chicks need the nutrition. She begins the arduous trek back toward the nesting site, unaware that a far greater danger has discovered her home in her absence. A quarter-mile away, resting in the shade near the base of the acacia tree, is an opportunistic apex predator, a leopard. While leopards typically target ungulates like impalas or gazelles, they are versatile hunters with exceptional climbing abilities. Drawn by the high-pitched calls of the unattended chicks, the big cat stalks toward the base of the tree. To a leopard, 2 defenseless chicks resting in an open stick nest
represent an easy, low-risk meal. The leopard begins its vertical ascent, its powerful shoulder muscles flexing,
as its sharp, curved claws dig deep into the rough acacia bark. In the nest, the chicks sense the vibration.
They flatten themselves against the twigs, freezing in an instinctual attempt to blend into the nest structure, but their scent and movements have already betrayed them.
The leopard reaches the lower fork of the tree, taking a deliberate step onto the thick branch that supports the nest.
Just as the cat readies itself to leap onto the rim of the nest, a shadow sweeps over the ground below. The mother secretary bird has returned. She takes in the scene instantly, a 200-pound carnivore mere feet from her young. In a battle of raw power, a bird weighing less than 10 pounds stands no chance against a big cat. But nature rarely operates solely on raw strength. Strategy, agility, and desperation can alter the balance of power in dramatic ways. Rather than fleeing, the mother bird launches herself into the air, landing directly on the branch just above the leopard's head. She lets out a guttural, roaring croak.
Caw.
A harsh, booming vocalization reserved exclusively for extreme territorial defense. She fully extends her wings, doubling her perceived size, and begins a terrifying display of aggression. The sudden roar and massive explosion of feathers startle the leopard. Big cats are ambush predators. They rely on the element of surprise and generally avoid encounters that carry a risk of injury, as even a minor wound can hinder their ability to hunt. The secretary bird gives the cat no time to assess the situation.
She leaps forward, driving her heavy, scaled feet directly toward the leopard's face.
Her talons, built to crush bone and thick reptile scales, snap dangerously close to the leopard's eyes. The leopard snarls, swiping a massive paw through the air, but the bird is too agile on her feet, hopping backward along the branch just out of reach. While continuing to beat her powerful wings into the cat's face, the barrage of feathers, blinding dust, and lightning-quick kicks creates complete chaos. In the narrow confines of the tree canopy, the leopard tries to adjust its footing, but an acacia branch is a restrictive arena for a heavy mammal. While the bird is in her element, she lands a solid kick squarely against the side of the leopard's muzzle. The blunt impact, combined with the loss of momentum and the instability of the branch, causes the big cat to lose its grip. Crashing down through the lower thorns before hitting the ground below with a heavy thud. It bounds back to its feet instantly, shaking its head, visibly disoriented and irritated. It looks up into the canopy, where the mother bird stands atop her nest. Wings fully spread, crest raised, calling out a final, fierce warning.
Assessing the situation, the leopard decides the small meal is not worth the risk of eye damage or further injury from an impossibly aggressive adversary.
It turns slowly and slinks away into the tall golden grass, disappearing back into the vastness of the savanna. The mother bird lowers her wings. Her chest heaves as her heart rate slowly returns to normal. She steps carefully into the center of the nest, checking on her two shaken but uninjured chicks. She regurgitates the
ensuring the continuation of her bloodline for another day. What played out in the branches of that acacia tree was not just a mother protecting her young,
but a profound demonstration of evolutionary design. Millions of years of natural selection forged a creature capable of crushing deadly vipers. With milliseconds of precision and standing down one of Africa's top terrestrial predators. In the unforgiving ecosystem of the savanna, survival is not guaranteed by size alone, but by the perfect harmony of adaptation, speed, and an unyielding instinct to protect the future.
If you were amazed by the secretary bird's incredible speed and fearless defense against one of Africa's top predators, hit the like button.
And subscribe for more deep dives into the wild world of animal mechanics and survival. Which animal adaptation do you think is the most impressive in a life or death fight? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to read your thoughts.